we have a heavier person's going to be on the pivoty side, and then the light will go out from him. The inside is where the heaviest mechs will be. So you'll probably, as an assault pilot, often you'll be on the inside. So right now, are you in a direwolf still?
Misery.
He's in a misery.
You're in a misery? Okay, so I mean that makes sense, right, everybody? We're over here, we want to wheel into C4 and then clear out the top. Nobody thinks that's a bad idea.
The only I don't know
I think
the map well enough.
Go ahead,
How much
Grim.
room is there for this hole to get everybody through? You're gonna go up here?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might want to try the multiple lane wheel with this, just because it's such a tight space.
Yeah, you wanna stack it more up at once.
There, at maximum, it's going to be 3 abreast, maximum.
And going up these stairs and these banshees is rough.
I just tried. If you stay on the inside, it's actually pretty smooth.
It's okay. All right, we'll follow you.
What do you think? 2 abreast or 3?
I think we can
Many
get
abreast
3.
as you can fit.
3. Okay.
If the guy on the outside needs to squeeze around this tree or wait and get around and then speed back up, we could do that.
But you know what? This is almost where going with 2 columns, because you can go straight and torso twist and be firing, and then do a right-hand turn, and you can actually have 5 or 6 go abreast up the stairs at once.
So
That's true.
I'm thinking it almost could be like a troop transport. So the Banshees are leading up the group, and then the moment it opens up, like the floodgate opens and the Thunderbolts and Griffins pour out. Can anyone imagine that? Does that sound awesome?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I would
That
say if
does
the
sound awesome.
Banshees stay on the inside, we can go up this pretty easily. Then as soon as we start at the base, the Thunderbolts and Griffins just kind of strafe more to the right and head up and wrap around. That the same thing you were saying?
Yeah. So when we get to the top, let's just keep going right. Let's assume we see guys on the right if you guys pass me. And then let's do a whole wheel around the entire circle till we're back to where we started.
So should I follow you, Crux, or stay on your right side? Like, is there enough room to get up
I
there,
would
or
say
should I be behind you?
I would say stay right behind me.
Right.
Actually, we'll worry about what we'll do. Let's get to the top first. Don't worry about the rest.
So that's kind of same thing. So Liquid go behind LSU, and then Thunderbolts to the side of me, LSU and Liquid, and then Griffins to the side of the Thunderbolts. If you guys were out there right now, you'd be getting wrecked from top fire.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you stay close to the base, they can't shoot down on you.
Yeah. So come right next to us, you guys.
Look where
Shoulder
we
to
are.
shoulder.
That's where the double.
And
Same thing as
ideally,
before.
from where you guys are, you'd put a UAV. Someone would put a UAV up so you could see where they are up
Yeah.
there already.
I put my UAV up. Doesn't help you guys. All right, so we want a Thunderbolt and then a medium again.
Activated.
Rows. Does that work, or do you want the
Yeah.
Thunderbolt or the Griffin on the inside?
You think the Griffin would be getting shot about now?
No.
Okay.
I'll go up there. I'll shoot down if you want. So
We would,
Grim,
yeah, go up there. We would set this up, possibly not even before we got to this point where we had better cover, maybe around the front of this, but we'll do it right here for just now.
so it should be a assault, heavy, and then medium on the outside is what it should be.
Yeah, so how's it look from up there? Can you see us and shoot at us?
All right, I'm gonna shoot at you guys. At the very edge, this is what I could do. So I'm able to hit Grim with my arms. I can hit Mighty, I think, with my arms.
Okay. But we would be setting up right here.
We'd be hauling ass, though, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we spawn in. Our light is giving us intel if they're going up there or not.
Deactivated.
I mean, by the time we're getting here, we're already in formation.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's try to push it at, let's say, at 800. Okay, go. And I'm going to stay right on the cliff edge. The assaults can get up right there pretty...
Yeah, I had to
Well,
squeeze
except
by
right there,
that
this-
tree.
yeah.
Oh, that thing.
Fuel at
I think the
25%.
medium is
down there. Let's try that again. That still wasn't bad. If I was a medium to less than medium team, I probably would have wet myself. If I was a hardcore team, I would have killed Ninja Daddy and danced on his grave.
But were we like I would
Once
think
you
that
guys-
there's no firing arcs though with the way that we're doing it. We're single file practically.
Yeah, I don't know. And the assaults can't really do anything if we're right next to that cliff. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work as good for this version.
But I
Any
think,
suggestions?
I think we still set up like this, and if you have the mediums on the outside, like so, when we push, the mediums should use their speed and go out further, right here. So now we got a line of mediums coming up the other side here, and if you have jump jets, which the Griffins do,
At
then we can
25%.
push with our speed out further, and then you guys fill in the gap right here.
Taking the inside line there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Otherwise you do it where the heavies and the assaults come out here, and then you have firing arcs take all the damage, and then the mediums take the inside line where we get hit less. It's one or the other.
I think that's a good idea, because I mean the Griffins are supposed to be essentially the diversion and the early shield for the rest of the team. So they're coming out. The team guys up here are like, oh crap! Look at those guys. They're turning left to fight the gaggle of Griffins.
Yeah.
And then on the right side, all of a sudden, the rest of us line up, and before they know it, they're just getting eaten alive. Their legs are blowing up under them.
Yeah, it's like a hill push. If we can get this down to 4 seconds before everyone crests, we'll be sitting good.
So I think I don't know, Dane, what the if we just continue to push up the mediums until we're dead, or if you take major damage that you can cycle back as a medium, cycle back and come back the other way and take damage on the other side, the other torso, and still be
Once this,
firing.
once this assault sweep in, they're probably going to be targeting us.
Well, if the timing's off, Grim and I had dealt with this last time. We died early in a lot of our matches. We still won, but I mean, we do take a ton of damage in the mediums. We just have to decide if it's better to figure out a different. Well, we might need to worry about that a different day.
Yeah, it's work in progress. We won't have that discussion now, but let's try that thing that we just discussed.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to cycling off and getting back in either. I mean, the Lords do that a lot. They start getting wrecked, they get out, and they get back in. And it's a pretty good way to go, I think.
But that might be something we practice on a different day.
Yeah, let's practice a different day. Let's just get the maneuver working, and then we'll add grace notes, I think is how they call it in music.
Okay, you guys ready?
Sounds good.
Let's line up and try it again.
So, do you want a line of assaults and heavies on the inside, and then the mediums on the outside?
Yeah, the mediums just strafe more right, like you were saying, and kind of spread out around that to go up. And the assaults will just lumber our way up the fastest spot we can,
Okay.
Inside line, the assaults.
So
that we're not longer than roughly 4 or 5 seconds behind you guys.
then mediums will go full speed ahead of you.
Yeah.
Last
It's kind
time
of like
starting
a-
off, it was kind of rough. The medium should start on the outside of that tree.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do that too. If you want to go around that tree when we say go, that'd be fine too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's go at 340.
Somebody tell me when my head is broken.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
And you just try to time us, Dane.
At 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Okay, that looked a lot better. I don't know if there's any way to really fully solve bunching on this area, but I mean, if I was an enemy team standing here, I would be very afraid.
The
That's
other
right.
thing is
Push.
keep in mind that if, depending on how fast we get there to do this, they will have their heavies and or assaults currently trying to climb these stairs.
We could sweep them.
Oh, yeah, you terror.
So, like, you have to keep in mind, their fast mechs will probably already be up here because that's the way it is on this map, and they have the advantage since the staircase is on their side. But if, depending on how fast we get into position, we could easily catch, like, the slower heavies and assault mechs before they even get up to the top.
Yeah, I'll be all side torso hitting them as well. Well, sorry, legs. It's gonna be legs anyway.
That's a lot of our left side, so we can take some damage too. Okay, should we try a real match? Because I gotta hit the head.
Yeah. Kill me.
Oh no!
I hope killing me's like cathartic